Hi guys, welcome to a new video. I'm Pixie BB, but you can just call me BB. And today I actually want to introduce you guys to a mod that I've been really enjoying on my own time called the World Tour mod by That's So Jody, because a new version of it was just released and I really want to test it out with you guys. So I've been playing with this mod with a save file that I have had for a really long time, I think maybe 2022, but both of these sims were born in the game, and as you can see they might have a familiar surname to some of you guys. They are in the Bailey Moon family, so they're parents are Orange Bailey Moon and one of my sims called May Bailey Moon now that she got married to him. I actually have played with that family before on the channel, but with the main household, not with these two. So I guess this is kind of a mod review and current household video, but I basically just want to test out what's different with that mod now that the version 2 has come out. But basically this sim, she's kind of a Nepo baby. She is the granddaughter of Thorn and Octavia Bailey Moon, who are both in the music industry. And I say she's kind of a Nepo baby because she actually never had a relationship with her grandparents. Oh, Kaya has spread some juicy gossip about Orange. Okay, yeah, this family, one thing about them, they're kind of messy, but yeah, she didn't have a relationship with Orange and Octavia at all. So basically with the World Tour mod, our sims are finally able to be singers, and that is something that I have wanted in the game for ever. Basically since I started playing with The Sims 4. I don't know if you guys have played The Sims 3, but there was a pack in that called Showtime, which most people did not like, but I loved it because my main wish in The Sims was always to have my sim be a musician, be a singer, and be able to perform. And this mod fulfills most of my wishes. So thank you so much to the amazing modding community in The Sims 4. But basically you get the spy menu, which is a little bit different now. I don't think he used to say World Tour. So Poppy is already signed to a record label, so she has a bunch of options. As you guys can see right here, she can send the music that she has already written to the record label. I think this option, finalize EP, is maybe new, so you can send the EP and you can finalize an EP. I wonder what's the difference, so I'm gonna try that out today. And we also have the Cowtunes option. So Poppy is signed to Cowtunes, not as a record label, but as a publishing platform. And I think with the new mod, we have a few more ones. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna invite one of Poppy's friends, Allison, over because she also wants to be in the music industry, but she's not signed to a label or anything right now. And we're gonna see how to become a singer from the ground up. So I'm gonna control Allison really quickly. And now we have a sim who has never been signed to a record label or never done anything with the World Tour mod. So right now we can only practice writing. We can write new music or we can watch songwriting tutorials. I'm gonna have her write some music so she can get the songwriting skill. Oh, okay. Her brother was doing something. I don't think she has any. Yeah, she just got the songwriting skill. So the first thing that you want to do when you get this mod is get some songwriting skills. So we just acquired this songwriting skill. So Allison can continue building her songwriting skill by using the computer, a tablet, practicing songwriting in a journal, attending songwriting camps, and taking songwriting hobby classes. So Allison has finished writing some new songs and they can be found in our inventory. So after you write a song, you have this little CD on your inventory. You can name it, you can give it a title and a description. And the way you are able to contact a record label is through the phone. We can open right here. We have the World Tour app. So we can register as an independent artist. I think this is new as well. We can register for a music platform and we can visit a songwriter camp. So that's really cool. These options are a little bit different from version 1. So we can register for a music platform. Before we only had Cowtunes, so you would have to make an account for Cowtunes. This sim, we did not invite Zach Beta in. Okay, Prince is a bit occupied. He can go to work. Can we tell this man to go home? Okay, we can select a music platform to join. So we have the Cowtunes membership, we have Freezer Bunny Beats, and we have Lumify. I think I'm gonna try Lumify for Allison since Poppy is already with Cowtunes. Again, this is not a record label. This is the platform where we're gonna publish our songs, kind of like Spotify or Apple Music. So, Lumify registration, established by the Wheelwright Artistic Visionary Committee. Lumify is the first music platform backed by an industry empire. Here at Lumify, we are dedicated to connecting Sims all over Sim Nation with a love for music to network with record labels and other artists on the platform. Well, we do have to pay a fee to sign up. I wonder if we have different fees for different platforms. Let's check that out actually. So let's try another one. Yeah, they do have different signing fees, so you can try a cheaper one first. I think Cowtunes is the cheaper one, but Freezer Bunny Beats is actually an online platform dedicated to establishing a growing musical community where the artists and fans can easily connect with one another. Here you can expect higher payouts for artists, better communication with fans, and more support for growing artistry. Okay, so each publishing platform gives you different bonuses. I think Lumify, they gave you a bonus related to the record label. I think they made it easier. If I'm not mistaken, we can go back and read it again, but that's what I understood from that description. So we're gonna sign up to Freezer Bunny Beats. I think this is more Allison's way. So welcome to the Freezer Beats family, Allison. This is an exciting time for you. We can only imagine as you learn more about the ins and outs of how we operate. Take some time to take a look at some of the features and unique options we have to offer you. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Best wishes. So now that we are actually signed to a platform, we have some other options. So we can attend a meet and greet, we can deactivate our account, we can check the chart, we can check the streams, we can check our fans. And now we can get to the World Tour panel. So let's do that because we didn't publish any music yet. So I'm pretty sure we're not gonna have anything really here. So we can send our demo to a label. Okay, that's what I wanna do. But we can do a bunch of other stuff. And these are rabbit holes. So the photo shoot, the rehearsal, the tour. We don't actually go with them. It's not an active career type of thing, but your sim goes to it on their own and then we can have different outcomes. And in this video, I actually want to show you guys what I have been doing in my personal gameplay to try to make it more active, even though it's not a thing in the mod, but how you can actually do this by yourself in your own game to make it a little more fun. But we're gonna send our demo music to a label. So we have the Dinky Beats, we have Max's Music Machine, and we have the new Tastemakers. These are the same labels as we have with the little music production table with Get Famous. So I think Poppy is with the new Tastemakers. So I might try to have Allison go with the Max's Music Machine. So Max's Music Machine is the top record label in all of Sim Nation. They produce top-notch talent and make a lot of money. And they are a bit competitive, so it's harder to get a contract with them. But as competitive as they are, they'll do anything they can to push their talent. Okay, I don't really think this actually fits Allison very well. Allison is a bit more alternative, even though she did grow up with quite a bit of money. She kind of, I think, wants to portray this kind of self-made vibe. So we might try the Dinky Beats actually. That's not something I would usually go for, but the Dinky Beats isn't known for having the most money or the greatest reputation in the industry. But one thing they can say is that they treat their artists like family. So Dinky Beats is better for the artists who are just starting out in the business and it'll be easier to get an offer. So this could be just a starter label. We could then change. We can then go independent. We can have a whole storyline of fighting with our label, which is unfortunately a very common thing. But we're gonna try to send our demo to the Dinky Beats. Okay, we got a response immediately. So we have a record contract offer. So this is a representative of Dinky Beats. After reviewing your demo, we're pleased to announce that we would like to offer you a place here at Dinky Beats. If you agree to the conditions, we'll have one of our agents contact you within the next few days with more details. Okay, so we can agree to it and then we're gonna get a message, I believe, after a while. So let's agree. Oh, and she's feeling inspired from signing a record label. Okay, we have another pop-up. There's a lot of reading to do with this mod. but I am enjoying it. I love this kind of dynamic. So read before you sign. Now that Allison has agreed to the record label's conditions, she will need to sign on one of the following contracts, with each one having different durations. But with Poppy, we didn't get an option of how long our contract was. I think she might be stuck with her contract forever. But this is good, so we can actually have some time and then we can choose if we want to renew or if we want to change labels. I'm gonna do maybe the 21-day contract. So we have 3 weeks basically to kind of test out this label, and some options are only available if we have requirements like fame or songwriting skill. Yeah, we have no fame and we have level 1, so this is kind of the basic contract, I guess. So let's do the 21 one. While we can offer you a swag bag, we can offer you a place in our little family. I don't know about that. So Allison is currently in a 21-day record contract. Hey, that's fun. So we're now in a label. It is a pretty quick affair. So now we can actually send our single to the record label. So have an option here with the Freezer Bunny Beats. We can create a fan page as well. Okay, so we have a few options here, but right now I'm gonna try to see what options Poppy has, since she's, you know, more famous. I think she's like a B-lister maybe. Yeah, she has a lot of things. I have been playing with her for a while. Yeah, she's a B-lister and she has already released some stuff. So let's see. We have the option to upload music to Cowtunes. We don't have an option to make a fan page. Maybe she already has one, I don't remember. So let's open Poppy's World Tour panel. We can meet with our executives. We can buy out from 360 deal. I'm not sure what this does. Maybe this is a way to get out of our lifetime deal that we made. We can travel to court hearing. What happened? Maybe we can do a court hearing so that we can get out. I'm not sure, actually. I'm gonna try to do that later. I just don't want to get her out of her deal because she does have a pretty good deal right now. If we try to quit our label, it says that we have some unfinished business. So yeah, I think in order to quit, we have to go to court for it. I just tried checking our fans and we have 300,000 fans. So yeah, Poppy has a whole career. We're gonna write some new music, and then I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of how I like to kind of roleplay this whole album process. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna send Allison to a songwriter camp to see how much skill we get. Right now she's on level 1, so yeah, she's a 17% complete. So we're gonna check how much skill you get at the beginning, at least in the songwriter camp. Okay, so I went to the creators page to kind of read on the new options that we have with this mod. And what I found out is that we need to finalize our EP first in order to send it to the record label. That's why this option is not really unlocking, even though we do have the songs in our inventory. Okay, so while we were songwriting, our grandmother Octavia Bailey Moon has asked if you want to hang out for a bit. This is my makeover of elder Octavia. We're gonna agree to hang out, but Poppy is actually on her way out. That guy is literally stalking us. We just sent him home and he's back here. I'm sorry, but we don't know you. But yeah, let's say hi to her just to kind of she doesn't look very happy. In my experience, Octavia Bailey Moon is never happy. But one pop-up that I noticed is that Allison actually became a notable newcomer just from going to the songwriting camp. So yeah, I think a lot of the options that we can do with this mod gives you fame, which is good. And she now is at songwriting level 2. I don't know how long the camp goes. I don't know if it's more than a day. I know the tour goes for a pretty good time. But basically, now that we already have enough songs in Poppy's inventory to make an EP, what I like to do is to send her out into the record label to quote unquote record her songs before we can actually send the album and, you know, finalize it and have it out to the public, just so it's a little bit more realistic. So there's a bunch of ways that you could do this. I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. So I'll meet you guys at the record label lot. Okay, it is nighttime in San Myshuno and we finally arrived at our recording studio. So this is actually a custom lot that I downloaded. This is the Golden Record Recording Studio by G Sims. But this is basically where the new tastemakers record in San Myshuno in my mind. And I want to add that you kind of have to, you know, make believe a little bit. We don't really have an option to actually click on a microphone and record the song, but yeah, I like to do this so that we can kind of just have, you know, the whole vibe and kind of meet everyone in the label. So whoa, we're currently very close to Grace over here. This is the lot. It looks amazing on the inside. The creator did such a good job. But oh, Poppy got an alert for someone. So before I read this, I just want to say that I made some sims for the record label, and these sims are actually inspired, well, not just inspired, they're completely based on a household in The Sims 3. So if you played with Late Night, you might remember these names. This is Tom Worthy. In my game, Tom Worthy is kind of the head of the new tastemakers. And then we also have some other Sims working over here. So we have Little Bling, who is a teenager who's also a fellow musician. We have Erica over here. Erica is not from The Sims 3. She's just a sim that I got from the gallery, and she's also a producer, and she's actually really close to Poppy. She's the one who has been basically working with Poppy. We have Sugar Bijou. Sugar is not actually working in the label, but she's dating Tom Worthy and she kind of goes with him everywhere. She's just around the record label always. And behind her, we actually have a sim named Big Hartley, and this is Tom's bodyguard, I'm pretty sure, in The Sims 3. And this is the sim that Poppy is really attracted to. Which is funny. And behind her is Samuel. I also got Samuel from another creator, and he's actually dating Erica, but he does some work around the label as well. And you can actually download this household. I did make them available on my Tumblr page. I'm gonna link to the download page in the description. But yeah, this is the record label that I like to play with. And right now I actually made this lot a custom venue with the Adventure Awaits pack. But what you can do if you don't have that pack, you can just have these sims live here, and if you want them to, you know, do things autonomously like singing and producing tracks, you can make a club, which I also did. Let me see. Yeah, I did the new tastemakers club, so you can just start a gathering here and then have them do everything. You can also run this as a small business, but I'm not sure how well that would work because any sim could come to the small business. So that's why I did the custom venue instead of that. It actually works really well as a custom venue. You don't really have any intruding sims, and that's especially necessary because they're all like famous and stuff, so it does help not having random sims come over. But this is actually Poppy's first time coming here and meeting Tom Worthy. I don't even know if we can talk to him. Oh, we can because we are in the same club. Let's just do some small talk before we actually get to work. Oh, and right now Little Bling is recording. I don't know what he's singing over there, but yeah. Oh, I think he was just screaming at Erica. Yeah, I don't think Tom Worthy or any of these sims are known for being nice. Well, Erica is pretty nice actually. I think she might be the only nice sim in this whole label. Yeah, we just learned that Tom is mean. We could tell. Let's just talk a little bit about music, and then we're gonna go into the booth and record our album. So let's see. He's been nice to us, but we are, you know, talent kind of in the agency, and we have, you know, the connections. We are the granddaughter of Thorn Bailey, so I think that would kind of help with, you know, being treated well in the industry from the get-go. But I love this CC item over here. I think this works as a computer. Yeah, so we can just come over here and then do our whole thing later. We also have the music station, so if you don't want to do the whole singer thing but you want to be a producer, this could also work. But let's come in here and sing a song and record something. I'm gonna have her record a pop song. I just realized she was wearing a different outfit than what I had made her wear before going out, but let's forget that. So now she's just singing. Oh, we can hear her that well from there. Let's go over here and listen. Okay. I actually am not sure how great her singing skill is from being such a famous singer. Okay, she's level 6, so there's still a lot of room for, improvement. Oh, somebody is laughing at us. Oh, okay, she's clapping. Sugar is over here watching us really closely, probably ruining the audio. Let's see. Can we do another song? Let's do Tomorrow today. Okay, I was able to actually get, Tom over here. I have to say they do tend to come in because they like to listen to your sim singing, from the inside. But I was able to have everyone sit down with the steady sit mod, so that's useful. But yeah, as you can see, Big wasn't sitting, so he just came in to look at us real close. So yeah, if you play in a residential lot, you could have, the lock actually work better. We can lock for a club, so we could technically make a club just for ourselves. So we got a text from the new tastemakers. I was going through my roster. Okay, I couldn't read it, but I think they were saying that I haven't released a song in a while. I think this is our cue to actually come over to the computer and send our EP so we can finalize an album or an EP. Okay, so we have enough songs to make an album. And now Erica is producing a song right next to us, so this is pretty cool. Okay, we finalized our album, so now I'm assuming, yeah, we can send it to the record label. Let's send it. And then I think they need to approve it before it is actually released, so they might not even approve it. Album submitted. Thank you for submitting your latest project. We'll be sure to send this over to your label for review. Please note that it may take up to 24 to 48 hours for the review process to complete. And once it is completed, you receive a notice of your label's decision. Take care. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait and see if, they actually accept our album or not. But I just wanted to show you guys a gameplay idea of how you can use this mod, but make it a little bit more active. But there are so many more options with this mod that I didn't even touch. We have a bunch of stuff that we can do here at our panel. Again, this is a rabbit hole, but we can kind of find ways to make it seem more active. But yeah, this new version of the mod, I can already tell that some things are different. Of course, I would have to have more time to play with it to really see it. And there's even a band module right now. So you could literally have a band with a bunch of sims and kind of see their dynamics play out and everything. So it is a really, really cool mod. We are so blessed to have such an amazing modding community for The Sims 4. But yeah, this might be it for today. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of how this mod works. So I hope you guys enjoy this little mod review / current household video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.